Yeah, this is my new project. 260Z, old Datsun, Japan made. Had to get it. Man, I'll be 46 years old next month, and my very first car that I ever bought on my own. I was in the Marine Corps, stationed over in Hawaii. I bought an old 78 280Z from an old woman over in Honolulu for $2,000. Saw this on Craigslist down in Fort Myers, Cape Coral area. And I was like, man, I gotta get me another one. I miss that car. Purple with some pearl in it. I guess you'd call it Joe Dirt plum crazy purple. Ain't super excited about the color. But, you know, down the road, if I feel like changing it, you can always change the color. But, man, I tell you what, this thing is in good shape, man. These old cars from the 70s, these things rusted out like crazy. Man, this thing is solid as can be. I mean, even up here in where the hinges are, where the water drips down in. It's been a Florida car its whole life. But man, is it freaking in good shape. Whoever painted it, they did a decent job. I mean, it looks pretty good. You see, it's not even rusty up underneath here. It's in good shape. Typical back window action, but it's minor. It can be fixed. Open the doors. I think what saved it is the old. Back in the day, somebody put the old Z-Bart rust protection. You can see the yellow plugs. That's where they sprayed all that stuff in there. But all down in here, it's nice and straight. It's not all rusted out. Up underneath the doors, it's all in good shape. Not all rusty. Got a little surface rust here and there, but not bad. It's in good shape. Got lucky. Interior is beautiful. I mean, the seats, I haven't found a rip in the seats at all. Headliner, good shape. Of course, you know, the dash cracks. Somebody put a previous owner put the old plastic cap over it. But the old radio still works. I don't know if you can hear it. The old clock's ticking, still keeping good time. This was an automatic. I like my skull. I had to put that in there. Within a week of me having this car, I found a junker over in Orlando for $500. 79 280Z. You can see it back there. 5-speed. Oh yeah. I put a 5-speed in this bad boy. That's the only way to have a sports car. You can't have an automatic sports car. That don't work. Put a 5-speed in there. I need to get me the inner and outer shift boot, and I'll be in like Flynn. Let's show you the 1,000 horsepower engine that these things came with. Oh, look at that. This car went its whole life looking good, straight, not rusty. 2 days before the boy sells it to me, his neighbor backed into the door and crunched it in, and then wanted to deny it. What a butthead. That sucks. But I was lucky enough to get a door off eBay for a 74 260Z for $300, shipped to my door in perfect shape. So I'm gonna drive it like this till I decided to change the colors. Then I'll put the new door on. Got lucky getting that door. Yeah, this thing puts out 1,200 horsepower to the wheels. Not. According to the Datsun Nissan Motor Company sticker, 162 whopping horsepower at 5,600 RPMs. You can see this, the original color is silver. Dual Webers, downdrafts. It runs good. The only thing I gotta fix is this is the first car I've had with dual carburetors. The 78 that I had when I was a kid, it was a little fuel injected model, and I'm not real big on the carburetors. The only issue that I'm having, it's got a little hesitation when you get on the gas in first gear. You know, it's typical. You got to tweak that out. I got to do some tweaking, a little hesitation. But this thing's in good shape. It's not all rusty. Had to buy me a little master clutch cylinder for the clutch. Had to put that in there. The kid that owned it before me, he had already replaced this. He's the one, I think he said he's the one that put the dual Webers on there. He took the stock carbs and put that on there. Electronic ignition. But it's just good shape. You know how the hood rusts up? There ain't no rust on the hood. It's in good shape. Pretty excited about this car. I had to do some minor things like put the new rubbers on there, new rubbers there. Of course, you know eBay's good for all that stuff. Windshield washer even works. The little motor was locked up down there. I put a little WD-40 in it, freed the motor up. It runs good. You know, when I was putting the new hoses on, I was trying to press that hose down on that fitting, and like an idiot, I wasn't backing up the little copper hose here with my finger, and it snapped right off. But it's soldered on there perfectly. It's all back to good and go. Windshield washer's working good. They did the old bumper delete. It looks pretty good without the bumpers. The only thing I was noticing that there's actually supposed to be a seam between the lower valance and the fender, and apparently they filled that in. But I look behind it, it's not rusty or anything, but they filled it in to make it smooth. But what I would like to do is I'd like to get one of those, whatever you call it, air dam or whatever. My 78 had one of those on there, and it looked pretty good. I'd like to get one of those, and maybe one of the small little wings on the back. Something small. Nothing crazy. Just one of those little wings on the back. But they did a good job on the bumper delete back here, because on the quarter panel right here, there's a line where the original bumper goes. It's dirty right now, so you really can't tell. But I climbed up underneath there, and you can see the indentation of that, where the bumper goes. And I guess they just filled it in with putty or whatever, but dude, you cannot tell. I actually had this thing washed up, and they did a good job. Did a real good job. Got to get a new muffler on it. It's rotted out. Makes it pretty loud inside. There's a hole there, and I think there's a hole on the other side. I'm not sure. The wheels say Nissan. I'm not sure what they come off of. They're 15-inch. But tires, he said the tires only had 100 miles on them. I mean, they're good shape. But I want the wide look. I don't want to put fender flares or anything like that on there, but I'm going to need a little bit wider tire. These things look good with that wide tire on there. See if I can get the key and crank this thing up for you guys. Clutch pedal out of the Donor Z. I tell you what, if you guys have never put clutch and brake pedal in, holy shit, that sucks. Reaching up in there trying to do that. I hope I never have to do that again. That sucked. Got a little bit of an exhaust leak back here in the back somewhere. You can hear it. But I'm going to have to jerk all that shit off there just to get to that. So I'm going to let that damn thing leak for a while before I do that. But it's, you know, it's typical Z. Nice car. My wife says,